Did you know the energy that you bring into your home can affect your cat's well being? So, if you have a stressful day at work and you bring that energy home, that can affect your cat. Or if you're nervous about giving them medication or anxious about giving them a new food to try, that can affect their well being as well. This was something I never really thought of being a cat dad for over 20 years until I interviewed recently Melissa Sherman. Melissa is an expert in feline communication and energy healing. And in my interview with her, she explained how the energy we bring into our homes affects our cats, how they tune in to more than we realize, and how small energetic shifts can make a huge impact on their behavior and health. So, I want to share with you a clip of my interview with Melissa. And then after that, I'm going to share with you how I'm applying this to my current cats, Niko and Milo, to give them a better life. So, enjoy that clip. And let's just jump right in because I know your work combines feline communication and energy healing.
Yeah.
So let's start with something that many cat parents may wonder. First, can you explain what energy healing is? Because I actually don't know myself. And then how can understanding our cat's energy improve their well being, and especially in ways that maybe traditional care may not address?
Sure. So, energy healing is we're tapping into source energy and we're using that to help bring a calm to the cat. And we're more of a conduit. An energy healer is more of a conduit of this energy to bring it into them. But energy healing is also at a smaller level. It's what you bring to your cat. You come home from a stressful day, you walk through the door, and you're just blowing through with all this traffic energy and bad day energy and standing in a line. All of that is energy. So there's a mindfulness about energy, and anyone can do that, right? Where you stop before you enter the house and you think, okay, what's on me? And there's different techniques. You can be physical about it. You can sit in meditation in your car for a few minutes. But the best thing to do, especially for cats are very sensitive to energy. And I think anybody that has a cat is aware of that. Like more in tune with our good days and our bad days than, for example, a dog. If you have a multi species household, dogs are in tune with it too, but cats are very sensitive. So, one of the modalities I use is Reiki. And in human Reiki, it's a hands on approach. So, the animal technique that I practice with cats is not. I just offer them energy. So, I'm emanating this energy from my heart that is going to them, and they'll approach me. Because I learned when I put my hands on the cat, it was like it was like my hands were on fire to them. They just wanted to run. They wanted out of the room. It was just too intense for them. So just tailoring what I do to be mindful of what a cat needs or wants, because that's my number one thing is I want to do what they need, not what I think they need. Because I think that's a mistake that we make as cat parents or just humans in general. We think we know what's best for the animal, but if you know cats, they will tell you what they need, right?
They definitely will, especially when they're hungry. But
Oh,
Melissa, how do you emit positive energy from your heart? What does that actually look like on
so
your side of things?
yeah, so it's a meditative state. I go to in my mind, I go to a place that is calming for me and where I feel calm and grounded. And then I just go to my heart space and I fill it with love. And then I just open it up and I'm pouring out that unconditional love. And what that does is invite the cats in. If they're open to that and they're receptive and they need that, they'll come. They'll sit on my lap. They'll sit next to me. They'll come as close as they want to come.
Mhm.
And that's the thing too. We never want to force a cat to do something that they don't want to do. I mean, they'll tell us physically that they don't want to do that, but it's also very stressful to them too, right? Like when we're making them do something, it usually it doesn't have a great result.
I want to ask you something kind of an aside, based on my previous cats, Nomar and Mia, specifically Nomar. And I don't know if I think this may have something to do with energy, but you let me know. So sometimes I might have, I might be gone, and my girlfriend at the time, Lori, we're best friends still, but she would be in my apartment and she would know when I would come home because Nomar would actually go to the door pretty much as my car probably was pulling into the parking garage, which wasn't that. close to my apartment. So was he getting some sort of energetic signal that I was close by or coming home?
Yeah, absolutely. So the other
Wow.
thing, animal communication is considered
Yeah.
energy work as well because it's telepathy, right? And so we're using messages and pictures in our mind and we're sending them out there. And there's like no time and space with that. So if you're getting in your car and you're like, I'm going home, they got the message.
I love that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So
Yeah.
it's really cool. Like when you start to pay attention to these little things, they're so subtly in tune with us. It's mind blowing.
Mm. Yeah, gave me goosebumps to think about Nomar sitting at the door waiting for me.
Yeah.
Uh, Now, I know you've mentioned helping cat guardians manage energy for smoother transitions, things like diet changes or introducing new routines, things that could be stressful. So, for those of us that are new to this, like I am, what does that actually look like? And maybe you have a specific example of how aligning household energy has made a difference in a cat that you've worked with.
Sure. So, I can give a couple of examples because transitions are just such a broad thing that we don't really even consider. Bringing
Mm,
home a new cat or changing food. If a cat or another animal in the house passes away, like these are all transitions that are pretty massive for a cat. Because they really do like their routine. They like their things just so. They don't like new introductions to things. They don't like change, which is kind of a human quality too, right? Like we like our things just so. And it's partially because we think of them as predators, but they are also prey when you look at them in the wild. So they still have that instinct to protect, and safety comes with routine. So I got off track there, but
yeah.
so with food, I have a lot of people that cannot get their cats off kibble. They've tried everything and it's so frustrating. And what do I do? And I can't, all they want is kibble. And so the thing is, meditate before you offer them this new food because sometimes we go with that energy. We're holding the bowl and we're like, ah, they're not going to eat this. They're not going to like this food. They're going to hate it. So
Mm,
what you're doing is just pouring all that. And like I said a second ago, they're also getting that mind message from you. So they're like, wait a second. What on earth are you about to give me? I don't want any of this. You don't like it, so why am I gonna like it? So you're already telling them that they're not gonna like it. So they're gonna be super cautious and then they're just gonna want the kibble still. So that's one thing to just stop and be mindful. And I do like to have my clients meditate when we're doing food transitions. So just a 5-minute meditation, get your mind right, and then put all those good thoughts into how much they're gonna love it, how delicious that food is, and that's just it's not always easy, but that's the best way to do it and be consistent with that and patient. Um, when introducing a new cat into the home, I like to do an animal communication first and kind of give that cat a heads up what's going on. Like, hey, you're gonna get a new roommate, a new friend, and this is what's gonna happen. So it's not just a shock, like what's going on here? So that helps with the transition as well. Just being energetically mindful, kind of put yourself in their shoes. How would you want to be told or made aware of something happening and then pour that energy into them?
All right. I hope you enjoyed that clip with Melissa. So enlightening, especially for me, not knowing that when I had Mia and Nomar, that, if I was stressed, they were picking up on that. Or even cool thing that Nomar knew when I was coming home because he could feel that energy. Now, with Niko and Milo, I'm doing a few things. Number one, before I step into my home, I take a deep breath. I let go of any stress so I don't bring that energy into their space. Number two, energy during feeding time hasn't really been an issue with me because they're eating just about any type of food that I try to give them. But I've already had to give them medication from time to time. And I know that I get stressed when I have to give my cats medication. And so now I know based on chatting with Melissa that the stress, if I'm anxious about it, it's going to make them anxious about it and it's going to be difficult to administer their medication. So now what I can do is approach this in a calm manner before I give them their medication. And that's going to help in the whole process. And then also just recognizing how connected Nico and Milo are to me. Melissa confirmed how cats can pick up on our thoughts and emotions. So I've even started talking to Nico and Milo more. I mean, let's be honest, I talk to my cats all the time, but I'll do things like letting them know when I'm leaving and when to expect me to return. If I want to pick them up, I ask them for permission, things like that. So it's really developed a closer bond between me and my cats. So again, I'm just trying to be more intentional about the energy that I'm bringing into our home. If I've had a stressful day, if I'm angry at somebody, if I'm just feeling anxious, it's really helped me kind of bring that calm down and let go of any anxiety that I have so that it doesn't affect their well being. So these changes have been simple, but very powerful. And I'm excited to continue to experiment with this. So what about you? Have you ever noticed that your cats pick up on your energy? Do they sense when you're coming home or respond to your tone of emotions? Leave a comment below and let us know. And if you like this video, can you please subscribe to my YouTube channel and like this? That's going to help push this video out to YouTube's algorithm so more cat parents will see this information. And by doing so, you're going to make the world a better place by making cat lives a lot better.